WWE's Extreme Rules is this Sunday, and we haven't done a lot because I've been really busy. So I apologize for that. But looks like the card is big enough to where we can do it all in one part anyway. And there's probably no way they will add an extra one. Maybe except for the Divas match with AJ and Caitlyn probably, or whoever. I haven't watched it in a few weeks, so I don't know. But I do know these feuds. I do know the build-up. This is basically the Extreme Rules or Backlash back in the day was pretty much the blow-off thing for WrestleMania to end those kind of feuds and start anew, pretty much. But some of them are pretty new feuds, so we have the closing of some and the beginning of more for the rest of the year. The road to WrestleMania is over, but the new road begins now. So, I'm just going to go bottom to top because that's how it looks like they are booking this. I don't think this is the actual thing of the card, especially with some differences because of a certain injury we'll get to later on. The first one, though, is the pre-show, and no one gives a shit about the pre-show. Especially this match. This is probably the one pre-show I will fucking skip, even though this is actually a pretty good matchup. It's probably, if it isn't the first time, it's the first time in a long time we've seen this happen. No title, no nothing, so finally we're actually having the titles on the pay-per-views, it looks like, except for the what it looks like the Intercontinental belt. And with the rumors going around for Sin Cara, I hope that's not pay-per-view worthy at all. I mean, I've always been high on Sin Cara, the former Mystico, but please do not make this fucking match on pay-per-view. If anything, make it the first match, so they have fucking the crowd excited and shit with the high flying shit. So that's how much Sin Cara's been to me, pretty much. And or maybe the Divas match will be in there somewhere, AJ Lee and Caitlyn. So there's probably a match or two on the card that might happen. But this is actually a pretty good card for once. Normally you see me shitting on cards, but this is actually a pretty good card. Besides WrestleMania, this is the best one so far. Wow, I'm actually impressed. But anyway, the pre-show. Before I get sidetracked, if they haven't faced off before, this is the first time in a long time, especially on a pay-per-view atmosphere. Dashing Cody Rhodes with his Ron Jeremy porno stash, or Burt Reynolds, whichever one you want to go with. It's probably both combined into one fucked up mustache. I don't know. But we have fucking Ron Burgundy or Robert Goulet or whatever the fuck you could think of that, or the guy from Anchorman. Either one. It's just fucking mustache man who is the son of a plumber, if you will, against The Miz. Who I don't remember. I think the last time I saw him, he was either doing commentary for Main Event, or he was either dropped a title or a title shot. Forgive me, because I don't know. The last time he was there, he dropped the belt to Barrett, of course. So this is his, pretty much get him back on track, especially with the involvement of Nature Boy Ric Flair. And a thing I would never see happen over the past few weeks: Flair and Miz on a mentee basis, or pupil, or teacher to pupil, teacher to student, whatever you want to call it. And I actually thought Flair would be with Dolph, but it doesn't look like he needs it yet, especially with the ongoing things we'll go about later, which changed a huge triple threat match into, we'll go to that later. But Miz and Cody Rhodes. I mean, this is a good match on paper. I just don't really care for it. I honestly don't. But if I were to pick, I mean, Miz does not need this match personally, in my opinion. He does not need to be in the pre-show. He should have been probably this probably could have been a good opener match, in my opinion. You could have gave this fucking did the old of superstars back in the day or wrestling challenge, just make them face a jobber on the fucking pre-show. This is actually a pay-per-view worthy match. Just the only reason I hate this match because it's on the pre-show, and I'm like, fuck the pre-show. So this is probably the only reason I would watch it to begin with, is this match right here. But the winner I would believe is Cody Rhodes, because Miz does not need this match. I mean, he's got off a thing with Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental title. I mean, sure, it was a one-day run, but still, actually, it's actually probably the shortest reign of an Intercontinental to what I can remember, probably ever. So Miz has that distinction, a very dubious one, much like the Bushwhacker record or the Warlord or Santino recently. So yeah, fuck this match. But what I am excited for is the rematch from WrestleMania. The undefeated superstar Fandango faces Chris Jericho. And a little side fact here. I think Jericho had a Dancing with the Stars thing a few nights ago. I didn't really watch yet. I've been busy. But I have tried to keep up, and I guess there might be a dance-off or something. You know, Jericho's a dance partner for Dancing with the Stars. Might as well bring them on. But for those who have been wondering who that blonde, not the blonde, but the brunette was with Fandango. Apparently she was, I forget her name, but apparently she didn't last long. She wasn't in developmental or anything. She was probably a dancer. And, you know, my history of dancers in families and just people I know, that can really take a toll on your feet. It's probably about time that they let her do something else. I don't even know who the hell she is. She was beautiful, but I don't know who she is. I really don't. I have, you know, for me knowing everyone, I don't know who the hell she was. I honestly don't. But I do know who the new dancer is. A lot of people know from if you watch NXT or FCW from a few years ago when they had FCW. She is actually, if you didn't know WWE, you probably know who she is because she was a former lingerie football league player. I don't know how that works, but John Laurinaitis just picks fucking models. Good man. Probably the best one he's done so far. But, again, you have people like Paige, like Audrey Marie, and a lot more. You had fucking Raquel Diaz and Sofia Cortez, Ivelisse, and Shaw Guerrero, for fuck's sake. You could have brought them up with their gimmicks, and you didn't. So, you know, at this point, anything for the Divas is good. Anything at this point. Even get Naomi off of the Tons of Funk bullshit and make her actually Divas champion, what they're doing with AJ. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But, yeah, again, former LFL player. I think she was, I'm trying to remember, because she was either a manager for Abraham Washington when he was still relevant in FCW and NXT, or a general manager. Actually, she was both. And then she's probably done random matches I probably haven't seen on NXT, so I can't judge her based. I have seen some of her matches. I can judge on that. She's not that bad, but this is a perfect role for her. It started on the overseas tour for the UK. It was amazing. It was just amazing because we were still on the Fandangoing high. So I had to split this apart anyway. But before we do, Chris Jericho, Fandango, the rematch. Currently undefeated, I think 2-0, 3-0, at least to my knowledge. He's probably done more matches and probably have won more matches. But the winner in my mind, once again, Fandango! I just love doing that. That's probably been this way he's going to win. But that's probably, 2 matches out of all of this. And again, this is a pretty big hard card, so this will take a while. So let's just split this right here and we'll be right back.